Final ending of The Feathers, Part 1 down below. Wife went to the hairdresser's and I guess she is feeling good. I am still stuck in this limbo feeling. Should I try being nice or just withdrawn from her? I don't want to reward her with kindness when she has done this to me. I want her to at least act like she is trying to make this better, but it seems to me that she is trying to act if everything is lovely between us. It is making me irritated. Is the absence of HB normal or just dependent on the couple? I do want to have some primal angry bonding, but I am not feeling really sympathetic to her right now. Why do these emotions swing back and forth like this? What do I do about her apparent rug-sweeping attempt, or am I just going crazy? She has stated her mother has told her what to do, but when I try to talk to her about this issue, she says she is not ready. Today was a better day emotionally, but we still have the issues to work out. Well, I have been sickening the past couple of days and wife seems to be nicer and wants to take care of me. Is it wrong to be skeptical of their motives? How long does it take to trust again? How long should I wait before I can relax around her again? Well, here we go again. I tried to put the voices out of my head that something was off and that the IA went underground. Proceed with the I told you so and slapping some sense into my head. Told her, if he is really better than me, then you can go. I will pack up all of your crap in this house, put it on a truck, and you two can live a happy life. Waterworks ensued for about 2 weeks. Heavy lifting was incremental, but nothing to write home about. The phone records showed no contact, but just had a feeling things weren't adding up. Broke into the phone this morning, but her text messages had a lock on it. Red flag number 3. Number 1 was where I tried to get us to talk about the situation and counseling. She said I'm not ready. January 4th, 2012. Well, I tried her email via the phone, and she was talking to the guy via email, and at least since February 11th. That was the earliest email. But the convoy was not a phishing one, so they must have had contact before. My hands were shaking, but I had to hold it together and forwarded the emails to my work email. I tried to cover my tracks but didn't do a good job. She came downstairs looking sad and absolutely no affection. We didn't speak the entire car ride to work, carpool, and when I said, have a good day, she mumbled, you too, but again, no goodbye kiss. Here is the email message she sent to him this morning at midnight. I hope tonight I dream of licking things that are not cheese. There was also a messenger exchange they had done, where me and the W went out to a sushi restaurant, her first time, and she described our date night to him as if she went out with her girlfriends and not me. I am open to suggestion, but honestly, I am not leaving the house and I don't know if I want to stay in the marriage after this blatant disrespect, after I told her no contact at all. You can have me or him, but not both. We have only one car, so we carpool, but I am having a car delivered to my house sometime early next week. We haven't spoken about it, because I had issues at job and school I had to take care of first and need to focus on them. So, should I yell at her and throw the emails at her? I was only able to get 3 emails, but I saw many more. Should just calmly tell her about it and not let her see me care. Comments. You gave her a choice, OM or husband. She has chosen OM. Don't tip your hand now. You said you are getting a car soon. Stay calm until you have protected yourself. Then download a do-it-yourself divorce kit and fill in your part, then hand it to her along with the emails and tell her to fill in her portion. Or if you are completely, definitely done with her, get a lawyer and have her served. Good luck, it's time to move on. You have wasted too much time with someone who has no respect for you already. OP responds, that might be the best option right now. She was lovey-dovey after work and I didn't bring it up, so either she knows about me going through her phone and trying to gauge where I am at, or she doesn't know and is starting to get sloppy thinking she got over. I will wait until the care get here on Saturday and see if she has changed the code on her phone tomorrow, but I will be throwing her out once the car gets here. We spoke for about 3 hours. I asked her about the OM, just trying to confirm what I already know. She says she thinks about him. No crap, you just messaged him this morning. And basically she said that I've always done things according to other people's desires, and he was another path that I wondered what it would be like. I still struggle with that and how my life is going with the decisions I have made. I asked her plainly, do you want me? Her response was I don't know. I asked another question, do you want him? She hesitated, and then replied I don't know either, but he was another path to take, and I still wonder if I made the right decision about staying. What the hell? So, at this point it was a bunch of babble to me about her self-pity and how she doesn't know how to fix us and she still can't get past some days how she broke us. At this point, she basically told me she loves me, but doesn't want me or the marriage and wants to see what life would be like if she followed her feelings. I am emotionally drained and I didn't bust her with the emails. I am waiting for the second car to get here this week. In the meantime, try to get more emails and then basically just expose all over again, kick her out, and file. She stated that she doesn't know if what she is feeling is normal because I was her only real relationship. So I just wrote it off as more fog babble and just resigned myself that I will have to move on. It hurts. I am on my way to the gym, put on some weight while trying to go to school and work, and just basically making myself a better man. I still have to work, pay bills, and we currently have only one car. As soon as my car gets here, then I will be more than happy to do everything suggested. I am tired of being lied to and my intelligence insulted. Question for the group. I am a large man, football offensive lineman. Should I raise my voice at her when I tell her to leave, or should I be completely calm and basically help her pack her bags, which has a more powerful effect? I do love her and want her, but not at this price. It's only an emotional affair at this point. He lives 2 time zones from us, and by the emails they haven't met up yet. Well, we didn't speak much today. I had class after work and came home late. Her friend from work dropped her off. I came in the house and she got up and met me with a hug and kiss, but it was a bit awkward and seemed forced. I guess from her continued contact with OM and our long talk yesterday. I tried to remain as normal as possible, and when asked what's wrong, I just responded with stress from work and school. Hopefully the car will get picked up today from my mom's house. She is the one giving me the car and having it transported to me due to this situation, and the car should be here in 3 minutes 5 days. I am just trying to stay busy and away from her until the car gets here. Question for everybody. Would there be any benefit to calling the OM and telling him off? Would I do that before or after I confront the WW? How would I proceed with calling him, and what would I say? I am asking because I was never one on verbal threats. Seems empty, but to just go and start cracking heads while I was explaining the reason for doing so. Would I call him in front of her or do it in private? Need guidance before I screw this all up again. Honestly, I don't want to be done with her, and I want this to work, and in my mind, I guess it was to show her how serious I am about us and that I am willing to fight. I just want to make sure that I've done everything I could do for this marriage before truly being done with it. I want to walk away with a clear conscience knowing I did everything I could and not leave with regrets. Again, it hasn't gone PA. Read more emails from last night, and honestly, I have to reconcile my decision with my faith, which I'm having trouble. Is this cheating? Emotionally? Yes, but since it's not physical, I don't have a biblical basis for divorce. I know there are those that don't agree with that last part, however. You don't know my story of my former life before I met my wife and how much my faith and growth in God has carried me through a lot of situations that would have crippled me before him. I am trying to get in an IC session tonight because I am just not feeling right in my head. Body is healthy, but my mind is all over the place. I do love her, but I just can't live like this knowing that the one person I should be able to sleep with both eyes closed is the very one with the dagger. Here's to the taxi question so that we can settle it. To take a taxi from my house to the airport, 6 miles, is about $20, and my job is about 18 miles from my house. Do the math. So, the taxi thing is too expensive. The car thing will allow me to continue to do the school and work requirements without having to run up another bill to have to pay off later on. I am starting to understand what you guys are saying about the adultery of the heart, so I will try to find comfort in it. I still want to crack some heads, but I would be wrong. I will confront her, and I think I will call him in front of her and tell him to come get her. I do plan on calling her dad about this. I made a promise to him that since I was man enough to ask for his daughter's hand in marriage, that if anything were to happen to us, no matters who is at fault, I would be man enough to go back to him and give his daughter back. It's more symbolic of my respect for him than really anything else. I did tell him when we went through this the first time that I would pack up everything in this house and send her to him, and he understood where I was coming from. My mom has been told of everything, so of course she's upset at the WW, but basically, she told me the same thing as you guys, without the divorce option. Mom says to just place the emails in front of her, tell her that I'm done with working on this marriage to a woman who doesn't want a husband. Call the OM in front of her and give him permission to come get her, and basically just super hard 180 until everything is done, until we just basically walk around the house as if she doesn't exist. I felt a little better knowing it came from my mom, for some reason. How do I go about handling the bills of the house after this? Do we split everything or continue to pay the bills as normal while she is still in the house? Here's an update. She asked for a divorce, and one of her reasons is that I was talking to another woman too much and that we can no longer trust each other. Now the kicker is that this other woman has been my friend for almost 20 years, has 3 kids and is currently pregnant, 7 months, with her 4th, and she lives on the other side of the country. She went through something similar with her husband, and I have been asking her for advice. I told my W about her, but she says I wasn't open enough about her to justify talking to her. She feels like we have absolutely no trust with each other, and basically to stay together would just repeat this cycle of mistrust, so we should just divorce. She didn't even consider counseling. So, I guess I will be moving this thread to the divorce section. Do I act civil or even nice to her until she moves out? She already had a plan on moving out to her parents' house and basically had an exit strategy. We still have some financials to work out, but she is showing a host of emotions right now. 1 minute she's angry, next sad with tears, then more anger, then sadness, and now she's upstairs sleeping. Question: if she is asking for this divorce, why is she concerned about how I am feeling? She keeps asking if I am okay. What is that all about? This morning was interesting, and I think I agree with you on some points. This morning she brought separating for a while, do counseling, and see how we feel after that. The only thing went through my mind was, you are just trying to eat cake and keep me for a backup. So, I just told her, look, my position is this, I am not leaving, I want us to work out, but if you want to go then that is your choice and you will have to leave. She said she will think about this for a little while longer. Let me explain my position so that everyone can be on the same page. Everyone wants me to just blast and expose her with the emails, which I agree and will do. The only problem I have with that suggestion is the timing. Everyone is saying expose now, but I said that I am not in a position to do so until my car arrives here, which should be Saturday morning. Her mom called me questioning about the phone calls I made, which I told her you can call my friend if you want, and in fact you can call my mom as well, because she knows all about this, and right now the blame seems to be in my direction. I already have 3 sets of the emails I got from her phone, mine, exposed WW, and to her parents, and again the only thing I am waiting on is for my car to arrive. I am still working out the financials, and I think I can swing the house by myself, but it will be extremely hard. I have to be honest and say a part of me wants to work this out between us, but after my prayer time today I am at peace that it may not and we will have to separate then divorce. If she chooses to go, I give her a week tops to make that decision, then I move quickly. Good news, got the call from the driver and he will be here with my car tomorrow morning early. I am already at the place where I am starting not to care about her. Do I call the number now or do I wait until I expose with the emails tomorrow and then call? Should I even try to call the OM and tell him to get lost? She already has plans to move back into her parents, so should I just accelerate this process and just be done with everything? She keeps saying that she knows this Ia is messed up and has hurt us, but she still thinks about him a lot. What process should I follow with this one? Well, just picked up my car. Last night was weird. Basically we did small talk throughout the day, but to say it was uncomfortable between us would be an understatement. I have been stressing all day but got to hang out with a bunch of guys from church and laugh, so it helped a bit. When we got home last night, we really didn't speak much. She got on her computer, but when she came to bed, she was surprisingly affectionate with kisses and holding me tight, but no bonding. Mother Nature. Should I take this as some sort of cover? I have IC session tonight and probably will expose afterwards. What are my next steps? Quick update. Wasn't able to confront wife due to issues with the car needing to be fixed when I first was making plans. She then tries to confront me with phone numbers of women I've been calling and saying that I'm in the wrong. Here's the thing, both women are actually related to me, cousins, and I even offered to sit in on the conversation while she calls them. Both of them have actually been her biggest advocate in telling me to stay in the marriage. She is saying that she doesn't want to do marriage counseling of any sort and wants a divorce. Cue tears. I kept my cool and proceeded to place the emails right on her laptop, and her face dropped. I calmly said, I am tired of trying to be a good husband to a woman who clearly doesn't want one, so you are free to go. After that incident, March 14th, we didn't speak for a few days. Her parents went out of town and she went and stayed at their house for a week. I haven't made any type of move to talk to her, because honestly, I was trying to keep myself busy with schoolwork. I had my midterms recently, and just taking care of other responsibilities. School ends for me in early May and then I will file. I have to concentrate on these classes and can't worry about her or her feelings right now. She has made no effort to talk about our marriage, which at this point, I just don't care. We are sleeping in separate rooms due to financial reasons, but as soon as the papers are filed, she'll probably move back into her parents' house. This is where we stand. 1 year later, they didn't confront about EAs but did confront about changing behavior. Spent my birthday together, last time we had slept together, and I would try to spend more time with her. Blame shifting alert. June, July, basically, didn't go to summer school, and tried to spend time together, but she was online game anywhere from 20 to 45 hours per week. Still talking to OM by the way. Aug confronted her about her lack of working and desire. She said she was working through things inside of her. August 20th, I take a trip out of town to help my mom pack up her house to begin moving. August 26, 2012, come back in, W picks me up, still no affection. August 29th, I ask her what she wants to do. She says she wants a divorce. She also proceeds to tell me that she no longer sees me as a husband or lover. I ask why. Hurt, but wanted to know her reasons, so here is her list. Never have time for her. I am in school for my degree and work full time. She doesn't want to wake up in 5 years and things be the same. She is unhappy. She has been unhappy for a long time. Yes, history rewrite 101. We aren't connected emotionally. I say okay, I am not going to fight you. If that is what you want, then you can have it. I make a promise to her to treat her as my wife until the day she walks out the door. In response to knowing what is coming, I start IC. Sept, in-house separation and 180, but still was sleeping in same bed. She applies for her apartment. Oct, DD3, the night before she moves out, October 19th. I finally discover the extent of her IA and confront her. She was really affectionate with me in the morning, kissing and hugs, but no bonding. And then she went into the shower and do some last-minute things for her apartment. I finally had access to her phone and laptop, and discovered pictures, emails, text, and even their plans for him to visit her in December. At her new apartment, I knew about the emotional affairs, but somehow seeing the pics and the I love you going back and forth did something inside of me. Back to the DD3, after gathering all the evidence and reviewing it for a few hours. I waited for her to get home. I wanted to cook dinner to help my mind be at ease. She comes home and sees the look on my face and asks, "What is wrong?" At this point I say to myself, there is no point in confronting. The marriage is over. Let's just let this be a good night and move on with our lives. I said to STBX, "Nothing. Let's just eat and let this go." She insisted on knowing what was wrong and pulled me to the couch. So, I said, "What the hell?" And the beginning of the convo is as follows. STBX, what's on your mind? Me, do you love him? STBX, who? Our dog's name. Me, no. Do you love OM's full name? STBX, where is this coming from? Me, look, I already saw everything. Emails, texts, pics. Hell, I even know he is coming out in deck to visit you at your apartment. Do you love him? STBX, I don't know. Me, what do you mean you don't know? It's a yes or no question. STBX, I think I do. Me, calmly, well, if you honestly feel that he can love you better than me, then by all means I will let you go. I will not be that guy who calls you. I will not be that guy to hide in your bushes. I will not email you or harass you. You are free to leave. At this point STBX starts to cry and babbles on about killing herself and that I would be better off without her, and we go back and forth for about an hour, with nothing really being accomplished. She gets ready to storm out of the door and I make one last attempt. I said, "I am willing to look past everything and forgive, but you have to stay and we need to work on this marriage, and it will be work. Will you stay home?" She looks at me calmly, proceeds to take her house key off her keychain and place it in my hand. She leaves and drives off for about an hour and I finish cooking dinner. She comes back home, looking tired and defeated for some reason. I calmly ask her if she is hungry. She says, "Yes." I respond and say, "Get out of those clothes. It was raining," and head upstairs and I will bring up dinner. I bring dinner up and we eat on the bed in silence. She asks, "Why are you still nice to me and feeding me?" I respond, "I made a vow to God and a promise to you that I will treat you as my wife until the end, no matter if you deserve it or not. God has loved me and forgiven me, and I am instructed to do the same for you." We finished dinner, went to sleep. The next morning, October 20th, I get up, she starts to finish packing the rest of her things, and I leave to give her space and go to work on my paper, college. I come back after a few hours and she is gone. Now for the fast forward date to today. She came over for dinner on Christmas and watched a movie, then left. Recovering nice guy, I know, but it does get better. I can't file for divorce until we have been physically separated for a year, but I have already contacted a lawyer. I am still an IC. The last time I saw the STBX was when she made a lame excuse to bring over a gift in March. Japan apple, my favorite. It was a short convo at best and I cut it off. I have met other women and gone on dates, and basically gal. I have not contacted her or emailed her unless it was about taxes. 2012 was the last year we are filing jointly, or business. She has not stated that she will file. She has contacted me yesterday saying she misses me and wanted to know what I am doing on my birthday. I responded, "I appreciate you asking, but I already have plans. Thank you. What do I do now? We are 7 months out from separating and she hits me this email. Thank you for getting back to me. Yes, I know how you are around your birthday and I guess I'd be the last person you would want to spend it with. I don't know why I asked. It was dumb of me. I hope you forgive the intrusion. I guess it's pretty pointless me reaching out at this point, so I'll just say what I've been wanting to say. I miss talking to you and getting your feedback and hearing your honesty. Most of all, I miss you. I keep going back and forth about contacting you but always talk myself out of it because why would you care or want to hear from me? I realize that everything I've done has been a huge mistake and I am living with the consequences of it. I hope that this has served as a liberation for you, and being that God actually likes you and is on your side, He has rewarded you for the grace with which you have handled all that I've put you through. I hope that whatever you are doing and whatever your plans, that you are with people you love and care about and who love and care about you. Have the best birthday you have ever had. Enjoy your new year of life. What is this all about? Well, my therapist says to continue leaving her alone and just proceed with my own life because she still hasn't got it yet and needs to work on herself. I did not help her move or fix up her love nest. When she was packing up her stuff, I left the house to go work on my paper, knowing she would be gone when I came back. I have never been to her apartment, and in fact I don't care to know where it is. After she left, I stopped checking on her and basically concentrated on me. She is a toxic person right now, and I do pray for her every day, but I know that I can't deal with her right now. I am aware of my limitations and she is one of them. Her parents already knew about the guy and I see them at church every week. Simply hello and how are you, nothing deep like it was before. I decided I was going to keep my hands clean of the whole situation. I didn't want to be near the fallout when the S hit the fan. I figure you would do exposure if you wanted to break the affair and get your wife back. I don't want her back, and I wanted to take the high road on this one. Was I wrong in my approach? I did all that I could to be the best husband. But my thinking is, if she could do what she done when I was truly giving 100%, what happens later down the road, when she gets bored again? The risk is too great, and honestly my attraction for her has gone away. Is that normal? I refuse to see her, and basically stay busy with the things I have going on. I have even made the decision to not see my dog again. Had him from 8 weeks old and he'll be 13 in Oct. just because I knew she would be involved in that. He doesn't have too long to live, but I will always have the memories. I've been on dates, nothing too serious, and just trying to work out and leave her out of my life. I don't call, text, or email. She's the one to contact me, and I keep asking myself, why is she contacting me? She fired me from this relationship. What the hell? Why do they say things like I miss you or I just wanted to contact you and make sure everything is okay? I am detaching, but it has been a roller coaster, but I am seeing progress and I see. Has there ever been a time when the WS came back and explained their reasoning for doing what they did? Having a rough time right now, have this overwhelming feeling to see how the STBX is doing. Why? I don't know. I guess I am missing her, but there is a part of me that keeps reminding me of what had happened to us and how I have not seen any action from her showing any real remorse. Just a bunch of words, just a low time right now, I guess. Has anyone else gone through periods like this where you miss the ex, even though they have done this kind of wrong to you? How do you deal with it? Is there any point to break NC and talk with them? Just need some insight. My vision is a bit cloudy right now. I just realized I have less than 30 days until it will be officially a year of separation and I will be able to file for divorce. How should I go about having her served? At work seems petty at this point. Do I do it in person or just at her apartment? Half a year later, divorce was filed for in March 2014. Court date is scheduled for September. This past weekend, July 25th to 26th, we both are in attendance to a mutual friend's wedding. The bride. We separately agreed to the bride that neither of us will bring a date, first to keep drama to a minimum and second to help the bride with keeping costs down. The wedding is a small, beautiful ceremony, and I was cordial to the STBX, but not generally distant and not overly friendly. I had to leave the wedding for another event I had that day and was saying goodbye to a few friends who were also in attendance. The STBX then asked if she can walk me to my car. I am at first skeptical, but then agreed as I thought no harm could come of it. On our way to the car, we exchange information on what is happening to various family members and pretty much just catching up on a superficial level. At the end of the conversation, she asks me if I am okay. I proceed to say yes and give a standard non-emotional answer of just working and finishing school. I ask her how she is doing to return the question and she then turns to me and says the following. I am not okay. I inquire further why she is not okay. I know this was her opening, but I took it for what it was and proceeded to listen. She further says the following, I miss you and I miss us. Even though we are not together, I worry about you all the time and the time we did have together was not all bad. You also give the best hugs. I do miss you, and I know you no longer want me. I know the real reason. I could never be enough woman for you, but it's okay. She then proceeds to go back to the wedding reception. Why would she say that to me? What was her purpose in all of that? Is this some twisted way to gauge my interest, or should I just continue down the no-contact road and wait for September? I didn't take the bait, but just got in the car and left. I didn't entertain her way of thinking and just kept doing me. I am nowhere near where I want to be, but I am working on it. I am determined to finish my degree and lose the weight for myself. It was a bit unsettling to see her regain the weight that she lost, 134 pounds. Yikes, but she is no longer my concern. The letter from the courthouse has us going in front of the master of the court in September to finalize this divorce thing. It's funny how after some time your perception changes. Beforehand I was killing myself to make her happy, but now most days she is not even a blip on my radar of thoughts. I am just trying to make my life better and be a better man every day. I am not perfect, but I am a caring, God-fearing, loyal, and strong man. I know I can be an awesome husband, but I am having too much fun just be an awesome guy with goals and adventure to conquer. I have 2 more trips lined up before the semester starts on the 18th, NYC and Las Vegas. I will go to NC until September and wait for the final decree. I know this may be petty, but is there any way I should approach the court date in regard to showing her what she missed? Best suit, new girl on arm, or just handle it like a business transaction and walk away with no emotions. 3 years later. Quick summary, GF, 35, and I, 36, have been together around 3 years. I asked her to marry me on New Year's this year. Well, I helped her move into her new apartment this weekend, and during the move I found her old phone. I admit it. I looked, can't explain it, just a familiar feeling came back to me from my days of being with the ex-wife. The phone was her old phone that she used before upgrading to her current phone, which goes back to November 2015. I found that she was texting 3 other guys during September 2015, and one of the guys was an ex that she said had a really strong hold on me. The text messages between her and the ex were very explicit, and it appeared that she was planning on meeting up with him. Long story short, the only reason it appears that the meeting didn't happen was because I fell asleep on her couch that night. Apparently, they were going to meet up when I left, but I didn't. I confronted her with the phone, I made screenshots on her phone and transferred the screenshots to mine as backup. She doesn't know. She begins to try and see what I know about what's in the phone, but I just sit and stare at her in silence, waiting for her answers. She finally begins to say that she doesn't remember what was in the text, and then she refuses to look at the messages, saying, I am not going to do this right now. Phone was unlocked. She then starts to tell me the reason that she did communicate with the ex. She said that I hurt her when I lied to her about the plane tickets. Background: I lied about a female friend getting my cousin and I last-minute plane tickets for a Super Bowl party. I told her we got the tickets through my cousin's military discount. A lie, and he was paying for both of our tickets. I lied because I didn't want to hear her mouth about another woman getting me a discount on plane tickets for Super Bowl weekend. Fiancé always came off as the jealous, possible violent type, so I took a chance and lied. I was wrong. I admitted I was wrong and owned up to it. She also stated that we were in a bad place then, and she was doing it to get attention since I was so busy. But that was 2015 and she is concentrating on 2017. She was a different person over a year ago, and that I am the only man she wants to be with. I call her on the fact that if the situation was reversed, we wouldn't even be having a conversation because she would be too busy trying to pull the knife out of my chest. Her dad cheated on her mom and she described that as a deal breaker, with lying being a strong number 2. A deal breaker for me because of my ex-wife. Background: 2015 was a rough year for us. We both went through several passing in 2014, 6 for her, including her mom to cancer, and 3 for me, cousin, and friends, and we actually were in couples counseling in 2016 for all the issues we had, arguments, accusations. Basically, I feel lost and unsure what to do because a part of me wants to believe her and believe it was for attention and try to move forward since we are in a good place right now. But I am torn because the messages basically said that the only reason they didn't hook up was because I was acting like a guard dog by sleeping on her couch. The messages were from 2015, and I don't know what is on her phone now. I am halfway to just calling it quits because I don't want to put up with this from anyone else. Am I being gaslighted here to make me feel sympathy for her? I don't plan on talking to her today to get my head straight. I was such in shock that I actually left the apartment and did some driving to calm down. The thought hit me to ask for the new phone about 10 minutes into the drive and then realized that it's probably wiped clean by now. Shaking my head, I resign myself that I may not have the answers because she probably erased them and went further underground if she is still in contact. I figured that it would take about a solid year for anything else to come up on the phone, and I would have to play dumb for that year in order for her to relax enough to make a mistake. I don't think I can do it. Update: talked with my therapist the other day and she said for me to take some time and not talk to her for a week. She also wants to go over some anger release techniques at our next session. She also informed me that she had told my STBX to not contact me until next week at the earliest as well. The therapist apparently gave her some exercises to do to try and understand the why behind what she did, but also wants to meet with us together in the future to discuss this. I will take this weekend to go out and just have some fun with friends. My comment: well, OP got rid of a cheater and met another one. But this time he is more decisive and reacts in a better way. People can improve in the long term. It does take a longer time for some people. Do you think his journey and relationship is improving, or is it on repetition? Comment down and see you in the next video.